How is anti-folk different from the folk punk movement? Imagine two music styles that both mix folk and punk, but each takes a different path. That's what we're exploring today. Both genres grew from the underground scenes, but they have unique sounds and messages. Anti-folk started in the 1980s as a reaction against the polished, commercial folk and punk scenes. It's known for a raw, lo-fi sound that often sounds unpolished and unpredictable. Artists in anti-folk prefer a do-it-yourself approach, performing in small venues and recording on independent labels. The music can be acoustic or electric, but it's always honest and emotionally direct. The lyrics tend to be personal, often ironic or humorous, focusing on individual struggles or social commentary. Unlike traditional folk, anti-folk rejects neatness and embraces experimentation and confrontation. It's more about expressing raw feelings and challenging norms. Folk punk, on the other hand, is a fusion genre that combines traditional folk instruments like mandolins, banjos, and violins with the energy and attitude of punk rock. It burst onto the scene in the 1980s with bands like the Pogues and Violent Femmes. Folk punk often emphasizes collective social and political issues such as race, class, feminism, anti-fascism, animal rights, and queer rights. It maintains the community spirit of folk music while adding the rebellious energy of punk. The sound is often loud, fast, and energetic, with a focus on activism and unity. The main differences come down to style, lyrics, and attitude. Anti-folk is more eclectic and experimental, with a lo-fi sound and lyrics that focus on personal and often ironic themes. Folk punk blends traditional folk sounds with punk's aggressive energy and tends to focus on larger social and political issues. Anti-folk often rejects the polished look of mainstream folk and punk scenes, favoring a confrontational, DIY approach. Folk punk keeps the activist spirit of folk music but adds punk's rebellious attitude. Both genres thrive in small venues and underground scenes, but their core messages and sounds set them apart. In celebrating alternative music, both styles push boundaries. Anti-folk challenges with raw honesty and experimental sounds, while folk punk channels punk's energy into folk traditions with a strong political voice. They each offer different ways to fuse folk and punk influences, keeping the spirit of underground music alive and kicking.